Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm your favorite girl Diva, and if you are new to my channel, you're most definitely welcome. If you are new to my channel and you're not subscribed, please get subscribed. It does help me out a lot. Also give this video a thumbs up. That helps me out as well. If you're not new to my channel and you're a day one, stay one, hey boo, what's good? But if you're new, back to you. Before we go any further into this video, subscribe. Like I said, it does help me out a lot. Thank you in advance. So we are gonna go ahead and get into season 14, episode 7 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who gonna check on me, boo? And we start off where we ended in last week's episode at Sonya's dinner. Drew finally shows up after everybody finishes putting in all the work, after everybody finishes cooking. She shows up just in time to eat, like a true freeloader. So Sonya meets her at the door and she's like, oh, I'm so happy that you came. And Drew already kind of starts off shady, in my opinion. Let me put the steering wheel down a little bit because I feel like y'all can kind of see it. I thought it was kind of weird. Like, don't touch my hair. Like, me and you not on good terms. Don't be like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. You touching my hair. In return, that makes Drew touch Sonya's hair. And that's a quick way for them to, like, get into a scuffle. Drew starts off shady, like I said, and was like, yes, you didn't uninvite me, so I'm here. I'm a supportive friend. She said it like 3 times. Like, Sonya ignored it. We heard you the first time you said it. You didn't have to keep saying it. So everyone starts eating. Sonya expresses her gratitude. She's happy that everybody's there. She lets them know who won the Dirty Wine contest, which was Marlo. And she brings out her gold medal. And she says, I'm going to give this prize to Marlo. I know you guys have probably never seen it before. This means a lot to me, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, is she going to get that back? Is that the bronze? Is that the one that she don't really care about? Because she's a 4-time, really a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. She won 4 gold medals, but she won 1 bronze. But she doesn't speak about the bronze because it's not a gold. So I'm assuming she gave away the bronze medal because that's the one that she really don't care about. But either way, I'm like, is she gonna get that back? Because in Marlo's confessional, she already talking about flipping it and turning it into a gold chain, honey. You already know how people from Atlanta is. But Marlo not really from Atlanta. She really from Florida. So, and we just as ghetto. We can be. Some of us can be just as ghetto. Sonya lets Drew know that she's glad she came because they still haven't got to talk from the last time they tried to talk when they was in New York, which was probably like either 4 days ago or a week ago. And Drew stops her or interrupts her and says, yeah, because you didn't want to talk to me when you came up to my room and got your makeup done for free. And in my opinion, like, that was not even needed to be said because you already said that in New York. And Sonya said she got charged $25. Her makeup was already done. All the guy did was either touched up her eyeshadow or like blotted her makeup or something like that, because everybody's makeup was done. And he charged her $25. He is a makeup artist. He traveled up there with you. And if he's as big as you say he is, one, why would he not include her into your tab? And why would he just charge her $25 if he did so much to her face? Why would he just charge her $25? He's not a 10-year-old just starting out. And then Drew goes, but did you pay him? And Sonya said, no, I didn't pay him. You didn't send me his information like you were supposed to. Drew is pretty much trying to make it seem like she did with Sheree, which Sheree is more of a person that you could say don't pay their bills, but you don't know Sonya from a can of paint. You were supposed to send Sonya the contact so that she could pay the man the $25. Like, it's $25. Granted, I'm not saying that's nothing. That's his money, and if he want it, he want it. You are paying for a service. But it's $25. That's your makeup artist. You could have just gave him the $25 and collected it from Sonya a little bit down the line. That just didn't make sense to me. And Drew, I feel like Drew is like pulling a Ralph on Sonya, or trying to pull a Ralph on Sonya, and Sonya not going for it. She trying to antagonize Sonya. She's trying to make faces while Sonya is talking. Like, when Sonya is talking, Drew goes, even when Sonya mama had chimed in and was like, just give her the same respect that she gives to you, because Sonya has spoke up about, I don't like when you do that when I'm talking to you. You try to make faces as to like what I'm saying is just irrelevant or not true. And Drew tries to, I can't control how my eyebrows move. You can, ma'am. You can. You definitely can. Like, I don't get it. And then Drew goes into saying how she thinks that Sonya is a clout chaser because she invited Kenya and Candy, the two with, I guess, the most followers in the group, to her shoot and uninvited her, which in all reality, she uninvited you because y'all were having issues and there was no reason for you to be there. I'm like, Drew, you really, like, I be feeling bad for you when you with Ralph, but in this instance, you going back and forth with Sonya, somebody who really didn't do nothing to you. You doing the most. You doing the most with the least. Because when you said you clout chasing, and Sonya said, why would I clout chase off of you? I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Why would I need you to clout chase? And Drew sat there. I'm expecting Drew to say, well, these are my accomplishments. Drew was on mute. Drew didn't have nothing to say. And I was like, okay. So with that being said, I feel like it was very much messy how Sonya was like, not Sonya, I'm sorry, Drew, I guess to get the heat off of her back, she was like, well, Candy, Kenya didn't like how you wanted to have us putting vibrators in our panties. I'm like, so you finna throw her under the bus. Like, she was talking to you about that. It wasn't really a big issue, but it was just something that came up in conversation. And now you're trying to make it bigger than what it really was. I didn't like that. We move on to the next day where Marlo has a speaking at an event, the ATL Women's Expo, for her Glam It Up. I think it's called Glam It Up, her charity event where she deals with foster care girls, because that's something that's near and dear with her. We get to get a little bit more information on Marlo's background. We know that she grew up in the foster care system. Her mom dealt with a lot of substance abuse, and she was just in and out of foster care. So I feel like, I'm not gonna say, well, who better than to have a job like this than Marlo, because I don't know, like the way she's just so messy in this friend group, I just hope she's doing these girls right and she's not kikiing with them as a friend, like she's being a mentor. So we didn't really get much of that. We just got a few snippets and a few sneak peeks, and her speaking like for maybe 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds, when I'm sure it was like probably 10, 15, 30 minutes maybe. And we go on to Sheree, who is at her house making some tea, and her life coach Jack Daniels comes over. And when I saw his name, I was like, is that a real name or is that just his persona? He's her life coach, aka I'm gonna say therapist. And she gives him the rundown on Tyrone and what happened in Philly. And I feel like he was giving her the real. He gave her the, how is my makeup, y'all? Don't worry about my Louis Vuitton bags, but how's my makeup? Is it giving? How's my slick back bust down? You know, who is it giving? But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. My bad. I'm getting sidetracked. He gives her like honest advice, which I'm glad he did. The man was in prison. Of course he was gonna tell you everything you wanted to hear. Everything you wanted to hear. He probably was doing that to other people. Like other girls was probably calling him, or he was calling other girls, because they can call up and be like, hey, let me speak to Tyrone, who is in prison. So he had nothing else to focus on. So of course he was gonna whisper sweet nothings to you over the phone about how y'all was gonna do this when he get out, and you was probably still putting money on his books, just like other girls were probably putting money on his books, because I feel like she was not the only person that she was talking about, or he was talking to. And she needs to focus more on herself and the business that she's been building for 14 years. Like, we're in 2022. You've been building and talking about She by Sheree since 2028. I mean, 2008. Like, what are you doing other than joggers? Spring, summer, yeah, yeah. Like, what are you doing other than that? We need to know. I feel like once she released She by Sheree and she's for real about it, it's gonna take off. Why are you taking so long? Like, we need She by Sheree. You need She by Sheree, because you just got back on Housewives of Atlanta, which probably means you need the coin. And when the life coach asked her, was she done with Tyrone? She was like, I can't say for certain that I won't talk to him anymore. Girl, bye. Like, at this point, you're fly. Good night. good night. I rolled my eyes from here to Kankakee. I was like, what are you saying? The man stood you up in a foreign state or city, like, and he didn't call you until the next day. Come on, sir, ma'am, madam, leave Tyrone alone. Like, he's not for you. He's a man that was in prison and now he's out. He has all the time in the world to... I just can't with Sheree and Tyrone. Like, please be done with him. So I feel like, honestly, this was a filler scene. Candy and Todd are decluttering and cleaning their guest house, and because she wasn't really in this episode, they just came over and was like, we just need to do something real quick, real fast. So because this whole episode she was in LA filming for a show that I don't even know if we got the name of, but it's with Jessie Blue. I think that was Jessie Blue, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments. But she calls Marlo and says, hey, I got some clothes that I want to give to you. I don't know how to go about it, so I guess that's why she's calling. Marlo goes, no ma'am, I don't do hand-me-downs. I don't want my girls with no hand-me-downs. They deserve the best, blah 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 blah. That's the end of the scene. Kenya and Sheree meet down to the coffee cafe, and Sheree's there first. She gives her a waffle omelet, I don't know what the heck. Kenya walks up in a full Fendi jumpsuit and some red heels. Now let me tell you something. I hate seeing people's ankles. Unless you are in capris, something that stops at your knees or a little bit below, I don't want to see your ankles. I don't want to see your ankles because I'm assuming what you're wearing is high waters, which is never cute. Whether you are a man, woman, or anything in between. Dog, cat, flower pot, I don't care. I don't want to see your ankles. I just don't. That's a thing that I have, and I one day I might get over it, I might not. But I don't want to see your ankles. Sheree is in a top knot bun with a flannel shirt, a black tee. Like, she always looks good. No matter what she's wearing, she's dressed down and she looks good. Like, she always kills the game. Except for her Whoville confession look. I don't know. She wanted to be Jada Weda and she missed the mark. Be yourself. That's what you get. So they both start talking business, and Kenya asked Sheree, like, what's going on with your business? Because Kenya's business is kind of getting like messed up because her manufacturer is in China, and it's kind of still like the top or the peak of COVID when they were filming, I'm gonna assume, which was why her shipments are always late, which is in return messing up things down the line for her. So Sheree goes, well, you know, it's so hard to find a good business partner. My battery is dying. I'm gonna go switch it out. BRB. Okay, we're gonna hope I can get through this without this battery dying. That's really why I be trying to talk so fast sometimes and like speed through my reviews, because my battery dies like this. It'll be on 100 and then 10 minutes later it says 0% or 70, not even 75, 50, 20. It's just annoying. I don't know if I need a new battery or a new camera. But that being said, we're gonna push on the pump. So Sheree says how she needs a new business partner or a business manager or something like that, because every man that she gets into business with a little bit down the line, they's trying to get with her or date her, and she's just not into that. Like, she's very professional, and these men never are. Like, let's keep it a buck. These men never are. So Kenya also let Sheree know, maybe try getting a woman like business partner or a woman CEO or a she-EO. Like, you don't have to always work with men. Men don't know everything like they want to know everything, or they claim to know everything. They're not the end all be all. Get you a woman and work from there. See how that works. So Kenya also let Sheree know that she was sick and she doesn't want Marlo out here spreading fake lies, fake news, because she was actually sick and still is. And she wants to make sure that Sheree knows that she wasn't just trying to like evade the whole Getty that they put together. And she wants Sheree to know that she's actually a good friend. She's very loyal. And I mean, I guess we'll see from here on out. So after this, all the ladies meet up for brunch except for Candy, because she is in LA shooting for a TV show. Now, no hate, but I feel like Candy can't act. I really do. This is, excuse me, I've never seen The Shy. This is just off of the little clips that we see on Atlanta. She's always monotone. Like, I can't take it. She's always so monotone and just like, her voice just sounds like uninterested. I don't know. Every time she's speaking, she's just like, oh, like her mouth don't even be open. Maybe next time you can let me show you a few things with my tongue ring. Like, girl, like, put some pep in your step. I don't know. Like, I don't know how she be getting these roles. I don't know how she is on The Chi, but everything I see of her, like, to me, she just can't act. Sorry about it. So, Sheree, Marlo, Kenya, Sonya, and Drew all meet up for brunch, like I said, on this rooftop, cute little place in Atlanta. And Sonya gets there, and Drew get there first, which is kind of awkward. And Sonya walks in and says, are we hugging, or like trying to feel her out? And Drew's like, yeah, sure. Like, my thing is, if I'm not finna hug you, if I'm not trying to hug you, we not finna hug. I'm gonna be honest, like, we not on good terms, so there's no point in us hugging. And Marlo gets in and goes, oh, I'm so happy. Makes it even more awkward. The two best friends, I'm so happy seeing y'all two sitting together and not fighting and arguing, blah blah blah. Like, you could have kept that, because obviously we're not best friends. You're trying to be cute and it's not. So Kenya gets in there, Sheree's there. Kenya like says, I'm still sick, so everybody keep your distance. And if you're still sick, like, I don't know, maybe she just needed to get these scenes in. Who knows? Marlo lets everybody know after they done got their drinks and ordered their food that Candy tried to give her some hand-me-downs. And before, like, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, yeah, she tried to give you hand-me-downs, but you don't know what kind of hand-me-downs they were. Maybe she wore them one time. Like Candy said, sometimes she wears stuff one time and never wears it again, which is still a hand-me-down. But at the same time, Marlo says that she wants the girls to know that they deserve the best, and they are in foster care. So 9 times out of 10, all they get is hand-me-downs. They probably want something with the tag still on it. But at the same time, beggars can't be choosers, honey. You in foster care. If you can't afford the luxuries, you can't afford the luxuries. Now, you gonna take these hand-me-downs, either you want them or you don't. Like, it's simple as that. Like, that's why I say I'm 50-50. I'm pussy popping on the fence. Like, I'm literally straddling it like that. So Kenya kind of called her out on that. Like, it's not about the labels. You're teaching them the wrong thing. And Sheree also gets in on Candy about how she didn't come check on her with the whole Tyrone situation. And she's like, I know Candy the longest, so I would assume like Candy would have come to me and checked on me. She already knew what was going on because Kenya had told her. So like, what was up with that? And Sonya piped up and was like, well, we were kind of thinking that you were going to bring it to the group. We didn't really want to come to you. We didn't know like how you was going to feel, but now we know. And I like that. I like that she said that. But now that I know how you felt about it and how you would want somebody to react about it, I will do better with that. You want us to come and check on you? Whatever, we'll come and check on you. Like, it is what it is. Now we know. We didn't know before because Sonya, she don't know her. So now she knows. Sonya brings up how some of the ladies, I guess, felt the way about not being invited into the Mommy Nation photo shoot. Here comes Drew rolling her eyes and shuffling in her seat like, please, woman, please, please, please. Like, ma'am, please. You irritating, you agitating me. Like, pull over, put me out. Pull up. Like, come on. Like, Sonya says she understands how some of the ladies may have felt the way with not being invited, and she wants to make it up to them. Like, Sheree wasn't invited. Who else? Marlo wasn't invited. And Drew like pipes up and goes, well, you uninvited me. I uninvited you because we was having an issue. There was no reason for you to be there if we're not messing with each other at the time, and we still not. So why are you speaking? Shut your mouth. Zip it up. She wanted to make it up to them by inviting them to a Nike shoot in Portland. And Drew goes, oh, you invited me to that too. And Sonya goes, girl, I did not invite you to that. I told you about it. I didn't invite you. I just told you about it a while ago. There's a difference. And I believe that. I do believe that Sonya may have brung it up to Drew. But way back then, y'all didn't even know each other. Y'all was just talking. Y'all still don't know each other now, which is why y'all getting into these tiffs. So Drew comes at Sonya. This is where I be saying, like, she's trying to do Ralph on other people. Like the way Ralph be doing her, talking about something, calm down, you're doing too much, you're getting, you look a little crazy, you look a little unstable, trying to antagonize people. Drew comes at Sonya saying, don't come at me on 10, blah, blah, blah. You're interrupting her when she's speaking. You're not letting her get a word in when she's talking to other people. Like, she's not even talking to you. She was never talking to you. Like, what's going on here? And you getting upset telling her that she's on 10, but she's actually saying, Drew, you're making me upset. And I'm like, she's trying to use her words, and Drew is just being aggravating and irritating, like getting on everybody's nerves. And she's like, well, let's go. I'm like, go where? Like, in my perception, she's like, let's go, like, let's go fight. And as athletic and strong looking as Sonya is, she will flip you off this rooftop. Like, go where? Where are you trying to go with her? Because I'm confused. I am confusion. I'm sorry. So, in her saying, let's go then, let's go, because she's all the way halfway on the other side of the room talking about let's go. You don't want to fight. You just want to argue. You don't want to fight, clearly. And Kenya follows behind her. She says, I'm gonna take my nipples, because her nipples was poking through her dress. You should have worn a bra. You know it's wintertime. She goes, me and my nipples are gonna leave. And Sonya was like, yeah, bye, leave. You just need to go ahead, because you didn't come here on some I'ma chill type stuff. You came here on some I'ma do this with the pot. I'ma bate. Like, why are you trying to mix stuff up, stir up the energy? You said, oh, we coming on good vibes, and you came on the worst. So Kenya follows her down the stairs, and Drew thought she was gonna be on her side. In our reality, if Kenya is telling you that you're wrong, honey, baby, doo-doo, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Who is this? No, ma'am. Bye. She was like saying how Drew was saying how Sonya was just up in arms and was doing the most and for no reason. And Kim was like, no, it was for a reason. You kept over talking her. You kept interrupting her every time she was trying to say something. So rightfully so, she's gonna be more upset. And Drew was like, I thought I was being a great listener. Ma'am, you know you wasn't. You know you wasn't. And like, Drew gets on my nerves with that ditzy blonde stuff. Like, just go home. You're right. I'm glad you took it upon yourself to get up out of your seat and levitate to the stairs and down them. Like, goodbye. We'll see you another time. Bye. But that's pretty much the end of the episode. The next episode, everybody, including Sonya, gets invited to her Mommy Drop It With Drew workout. So we'll see how that goes. And from that, maybe Drew will get invited to Portland. But right now, she's saying that she don't want to go because she don't want to be around them. So that wraps up this episode of season 14 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 7. Who gonna check on me, boo? Let me know down in the comments how you guys felt about this episode. Are you feeling Drew? Like, are you still on Drew's side? Because I feel like last season, I was kind of here for Drew. But she's just doing too much for me with the least. You're doing the most with the least. And that's never a good sign. So, like I said, you guys let me know. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I miss you already. Bye.